welcome, Isabel.
Okay. Hope everyone can hear me all right.
Perfect.
Yeah, okay, great. So, yes, I'm going to take you through the best of both worlds for Toastmasters International and Rotary International. But let's start by getting to know me a little bit first. When I was coming up with this presentation, I decided to look at 5 different things that people might already know about me from my bio, but I also wanted to show you these things. So I come from the beautiful Pearl of Africa, Uganda. It is located in East Africa and is summer all year round, which is why I love the tropical weather so much. I come from a family of 3 boys and 1 girl. I am the last born, and those are my brothers. Fun fact is when I was born, my brothers used to call me Snow White. And also, as I grew older, I became a little bit bossy because of having to boss around 3 boys quite a lot. I work for Ellis Dawn Construction doing communications. I love communications so much. And right now, as I said, as Daria said in the bio, is that I am doing communications for the largest infrastructure in Edmonton's history, which is the Valley Line Southeast project. It's the LRT that's going to connect Millwoods to downtown Edmonton. My parents are my best friends. I love my parents. And even if I hold many titles of a Ugandan, a sister, a communications professional, a daughter, being an aunt is my favorite title. Okay, so let's dive in. What is Toastmasters International? Toastmasters is a global nonprofit organization that teaches public speaking and leadership skills through a worldwide network of clubs. Basically, when I went through the history to kind of see when the first meeting was held, Toastmasters International launched in 1924, but the first unofficial meeting was held in 1904. So it's been around quite a long time. And when I say globally, I mean it is in 143 countries. There's 16,800 plus clubs around the world, and the website says there are 358,000 members, but I presume they're way, way more than that right now. So, what do you get out of being in Toastmasters? Everyone knows the main thing, which is public speaking. But there's a little bit more to that than just public speaking. The Toastmasters provides learning paths. So the learning paths basically get you into what you want to be. So if you want to be a more humorous speaker, or if you want to be a leader, if you want to be able to pitch ideas all the time, they create the paths that give you guidelines on how to create those effective speeches. Public speaking also involves impromptu speeches. There's a really cool segment in each Toastmasters meeting that is called table topics. So for table topics, they'll say something along the lines of, Laszlo, tell us a time when you had your worst experience with water. And then you will have to spend 1 to 2 minutes to create a very well structured speech. So your speech will have to have an introduction, a body, and a conclusion within those 2 minutes. It's a very cool skill to have over time after practicing it. And the last thing about public speaking is stage presence. So you look at your hands. What are you doing with your hands? Are you counting when you're using your hands? Are you walking back and forth while you're on a stage? Why are you walking back and forth? How you're using your body language to present what you're saying. And so all that is taught in public speaking. So it's not just grab a mic and walk around with it. The next thing you get out of Toastmasters is leadership. I believe that leaders should know how to communicate and give constructive feedback, which is a really cool thing again about Toastmasters is that when you give your speech, you're given an evaluator. So the evaluator is given a form that guides you through how to give constructive feedback. And so you'd look at it from what good aspects of your speech were done, how you could improve, and recommendations. but it's a very gentle way of giving that constructive feedback that in the end, the person who is receiving it is able to take it. A very good aspect for leadership. The next is career advancement. You're able to gain competitive advantage in your workplace because again, if you're a good leader who can communicate, give constructive feedback, be able to speak on the fly, and you're somebody who's approachable, that will obviously help you stand out a little bit more when you're at workplaces. And the last thing you get out of Toastmasters, well, not last, but one of the main four, is personal growth. Because if you're communicating better, you're a better leader, you're speaking better, you're articulating your thoughts in a well structured manner, you're growing as a person as well. So, why do people join Toastmasters? Now, rather than go through the internet to figure out all these different reasons why people join Toastmasters, I decided to ask my group, my club, which is the Confidence Builders Toastmasters Club, why they joined Toastmasters. And so here are a few of their reasons. Kelsey joined to gain more experience and confidence in public speaking. Fong to become a better speaker, leader, and build more relationships. Arjun wanted to meet new people. Patience wanted to get out of her comfort zone. Doris wanted to get more practice with impromptu speeches. Blair wanted to get better at communicating to advance into a managerial role as an engineer. Ali wanted to learn to speak on the fly without her anxiety getting to her. And why I joined Toastmasters? Honestly, I just wanted to meet new people. That was how they got me. They said you'll make new friends, and I said, I'm in. So that's why people join. The second question I asked them, why did you stay? Because if you're able to get all that information, I mean, why stick around? Ali said the constant practice in a safe environment helped her say what she wanted to say without getting lost in her own experience. Blair took a leadership role in 2003 as president and got invested. Because, again, what better way to get invested than to become a leader in the club that you're in? Mark Dixon. Arjun said speech contests, opportunity to mentor others, grow leadership skills, and make new friends. Fong wanted to continue to add value to others and build relationships. And Kelsey stayed because of her progress and the support from club members. Why did I stay? Because I ended up being a better speaker from each meeting that I attended. My my ums, my so, all my filler words just kept on getting less and less the more meetings I attended. Okay, cool, 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 Isabel. But where does Rotary come in? Okay, let's move on to the partnership. Rotary International and Toastmasters International. Yes, the exciting alliance between Rotary and Toastmasters was announced in early 2020. Why the alliance? To look to strengthen member skills and broaden opportunities. And this is the best of both worlds, just like my presentation is, because I believe there's so much power in combining efforts. And so Rotary members and Toastmaster members wanted to give all membership, both membership from both organizations, an opportunity to be able to strengthen who they are in a professional, personal, and club level. What would Toastmasters bring to the table of this alliance? Toastmasters would be delivering 8 educational courses that are tailored to members of not only Rotary, but also Rotaract, to help them develop and hone their leadership and communication skills. And so, in turn, Rotary would connect with and teach Toastmasters the organization's model of humanitarian service. And that was one of the things that I read about when I was doing research for this presentation, is that many Toastmasters members just showed that they had a lot of interest and admiration for the service that Rotarians were doing in the different areas around the world. And they wanted to be able to learn from that. Okay, cool. So there's that alliance, but what are the benefits to Rotarians? There are more opportunities to develop and improve leadership and communication skills. Just like I said, when you join Toastmasters, there's so much of leadership opportunities that are not only on an executive level, but also like in the club itself. You're able to make new friends and get connections because, again, personal level, you meet new people. I have a friend, the person who actually introduced me to Toastmasters is from Peace River. She is 65 right now and is a lifelong friend who has followed me with text messages and calls in Uganda, Edmonton, always searching and just hunting me down, and I do the same thing to her. So you end up getting those lifelong friends too. Better communication in their respective acts of service. And I say this because when you're out in the community, in St. Albert, in Edmonton, wherever you are, and someone asks you, specifically just you, about Rotary, you're a representation of Rotary in that moment. And so how you communicate, how you say what you're saying, really has an impact on the person who you're saying it to. And at that moment, how you present what the Rotary Club is about and what it does is the emotion that you're going to give the person and maybe the willingness for them to join at a later time. Personal and professional growth. This comes back again to the leadership and communication skills. The more you learn, the more you grow on a personal and a professional level. You're able to speak to people in the club, articulate your thoughts, and you're able to take that to your workplaces as well and grow from there. To help us grow our club's membership. And again, I say this because imagine you're in a case like right now where you're telling people, I'm telling you about Toastmasters and the benefits of Toastmasters to Rotarians. And now you go out in the community and you're telling Toastmasters the benefits of them being Rotarians. How does that play in? You're selling a great idea to them. And I feel like that would play such a key role in growing our club's membership of great speakers. This one, honestly, your interview skills will never ever be the same because when you are faced with questions from Scott Hayes or someone on the radio, you'll be able to answer those questions on the fly. And this comes then to like events, the events that are being held by Rotary in the community. If somebody comes and asks you a question, you'll know how to have that 1 to 2 minute structured speech that delivers what you're trying to say in the best way that you can say it. And so we move on to how can we support the alliance between Toastmasters and Rotarians? What can we do as Rotarians to support this alliance? Welcome a Toastmaster to speak at the club. Check, check, check. And then you can visit a local Toastmasters club. There's so many clubs located everywhere. And I say this out of experience because when I started working for Ellis Dawn, I work out of the project office for the Valley Line Southeast. And so I was looking for a Toastmasters club, and guess what? I found one on the level right below me. So I just go downstairs every Wednesday from 12 to 1 during lunch, and there you go. You have a Toastmasters meeting. So Toastmasters might be closer to you than you actually think. Consider more opportunities to collaborate. This is going to not just me, not just the executive, it's everyone in the club. We can always think of more ways that we can collaborate with Toastmasters clubs based in St. Albert. We can look at how we can just maybe even have joint meetings or something like that. There's so many opportunities. We just need to think of them, explore them, and see how they can work to benefit both the Toastmasters and Rotarians. And of course, take the communications and leadership courses because they're there for you. So later this year, I believe they're going to be launched on Toastmasters and they'll be available to Rotarians. Again, like I said in the beginning, these courses are tailored to Rotarians, and that's why there's so much of a benefit. And I'm going to end here with a quote. As we build our leadership and communication skills, we become better equipped to tackle the world's problems. And that comes from Terry Beard, a Rotarian and Toastmaster, sorry, based in Portland, Oregon. And I feel like because he's called Terry Beard, it's a drop
Ah,
mic moment. And so if you'd like to find out more and also spread the word, please go to www.rotary.org/Toastmasters. Learn more about this alliance and how you can be a part of it. Thank you.
Isabel, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate you customizing this presentation for us. I'm so proud to have you as a member of our club.
Oh, thank you.
Any questions for Isabel, either in the chat? Stacy says that she already signed up for one of those courses at
Oh, that's amazing.
myrotary.org, just like that.
I have a question.
Doug,
Yeah, so Isabel, is it the intent that members or local Toastmasters groups will become active in terms of participating, creating service projects like we do as a Rotary Club, and that we can partner with them or that we would go to them and they would be actively participating in the things that we do?
Well, there are options in it that you'd be able to go to the Toastmasters clubs and ask them to participate in ways that they find feasible. And so if you're going to it on a club level and requesting for, again, that's an opportunity for collaboration that I was speaking of. You can approach a club and say, hey, we have this going on. How would you guys like to participate in it? There is, I think, one that I had read about, I've forgotten where it happened. They approached a Toastmasters club and they used them to kind of help to speak on the cause that they had. And they were able to raise a lot more money just because they had different people speaking on the cause over a period of time for them.
smart.
And is there a club in the St. Albert area?
Yes, there are clubs in St. Albert. I'm sorry, I did not look as much, but if you just Google it, you'll be able to find as many clubs located. You can even find the one that's closest to you. So in the Toastmasters website, if you type in clubs near me and then you put St. Albert, they will show you as many around you.
So, Isabel, I have a question for you. So, when you joined, did they kind of ease you into it, or are you in with both feet? So, and then a follow up to that is, how long were you in Toastmasters before you felt comfortable, or that you felt your public speaking skills had noticeably improved?
So when I joined, I was eased into it. The way that they do it in Toastmasters is when you join, if you've maybe attended a few of the meetings already, and then you've decided to become a member, now you're taking on a learning path. The first few speeches are the same speeches that are done by every single member, no matter what kind of learning path you have chosen. And the first comfortable speech would be the icebreaker. That's what they call it. And it's a very comfortable speech, I say, because you're speaking about yourself and who you are, what you like. You're basically doing an introduction of yourself to the club. And when I felt like it was being successful, I would say if even just a few weeks into it, because you start to notice things that you do as a speaker from the very first meeting. When they say that there's filler words, or you hear the feedback from an evaluation from another person's speech, you'll be like, oh wait, do I do that? Do I say do I say so? Do I pause a lot? Do I not use my hands? You start to like pick up on the evaluations that are being done and then replicate that into your own speaking, basically.
Good question. Anyone else? If there are no other questions, then Isabel, thank you again very much for all of the preparation that went into your presentation this morning. It was very informative, and the benefit for you will be tasked with so many things within our club. So
So this is a
thank you.
trap, basically. It wasn't like
Yeah,
this
pretty
is
well.
definitely a trap. Okay.
Yeah, I set you
Good,
up.
Mark.
Totally set up. Yeah. So
Yeah,
thank
and
you
if you
for
have any
that.
questions, yeah, please feel free to shoot me an email if anyone else has any questions. I'm always happy to answer.